if you join their growler club.
Was that a pint?
It's a 32-ounce bottle that you can fill with beer straight from the tap.
Oh, shit.
So when you go to a craft brewery,
Yeah.
you have your growler. If you want to take some home and they don't have cans, you can do it that way.
Huh. I tell you, white folks, y'all name every fuck. Y'all name every.
All right, we are 1 minute, so we might as well go ahead and start our broadcast. I thought you were gonna go, full Jim Morrison, man. Wear them the whole time. You want to swap?
Strange people, strange. What's that song they got? Strange what?
People are strange.
There it is.
When you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone.
Yeah.
Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are unwilling, but when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain.
Right.
When you're strange. No one remembers your name.
Of course you know the whole fucking thing.
I actually know the version that was done by Echo and the Bunnymen better because it was used in the soundtrack for the movie The Lost Boys. Remember that vampire movie?
Hell yeah, that's my shit.
That was back when soundtracks for movies, the cassettes,
Yeah, that was like a big fucking deal.
A, B,
Yeah,
everybody wanted to get on those. And
Yeah.
Echo and the Bunnymen covered the Doors' People Is Strange.
Who did what? But
Echo and the Bunnymen is a
Yeah.
British new wave invasion band. They had a couple of hits on their own, and then they covered that song.
Huh? That's what's up. I never heard of them.
There's also a great song called I Believe, sung by Tina Turner's saxophone player at the time. This is like a 6'5", jacked, like straight from the gym guy that played saxophone.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, he had his own group?
He had his own front, he fronted his own band.
Wow. That's what's up.
He was in the movie too.
Yeah.
In The Lost Boys.
Who was he on Lost Boys?
It was when the two brothers went down to the beach and they were chasing Jamie Gertz, and there was a guy playing saxophone. I still believe.
He was from Tina Turner's band.
Yeah, he was from Tina Turner's
And
band.
had his own group.
Mhm.
Wow. That's fucking dope. Now you make me want to watch Lost Boys again.
It's a great movie.
Oh hell yeah. That shit is timeless. I wish they'd redo it. I guess they scared to do it.
They did a
Yeah,
like a part 2 straight to video
Yeah, it was
that
trash.
had Corey, that had the Coreys in it.
No, just one Corey.
Did they make it after the other guy died?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hayne passed away.
But I thought they were supposed to try to revive the series.
Who directed that back in the day? What
That was Jan de Bont.
It was?
Mhm.
It was Joel Schumacher, the dude who did Batman and Robin.
No, it was you're right, Joel Schumacher. That's right, it was Joel Schumacher.
It was
Jan de
Joel
Bont was the director of photography for Die Hard. And then he did Twister and
Yeah. He's pretty
Speed.
good. Yeah, I thought Joel's pretty good. He should have redid that shit. That's a good ass movie.
All right, I think we're going to start the show here,
I
oh.
guess we can do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Fields, Season 2, Episode 5. I'm your host, Jeff Rowse. Today we are going to be talking to local St. Louis podcaster, OThaGreat. Oh,
Hey.
thank you so much for being on
Jeff,
the show.
how are you, sir?
Before we get to the meat on the bone, I'm going to talk a little bit about the news.
Ooh, news.
So, first off, we got to thank all of our patients, all 282 that we took care of on 4/20.
Oh, that's props. That's awesome.
You guys were phenomenal. I hope we took care of you to the best of our ability. We love you all. Thank you all so much. It was incredible, and I finally recovered physically from it. Unconfirmed sources in the paper put total sales of 420 for the entire state of Missouri at $2.85 million.
2.8. That sounds about right.
$2.85 million
Sounds about
bucks.
right. That's what sounds low.
For some local field state news here in Florissant, we are planning our 1-year happy anniversary. Hi, Ford Dandy, good to see you. We are planning our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, buddy.
It's going to be a big thing. It's going to be out in the parking lot. I know we're probably going to have live music played by the band The Cows.
I love that music.
Yeah. And we are also putting together another patient get-together. If you were at our first two, you know exactly what I'm talking about. A patient invitation-only session. So keep your eyes to your text messages for an invitation for that. For those of you that have T-Mobile and cannot get text messages from us because they won't allow SMS text messages for cannabis companies, come on down to the dispensary. Yeah, it's
That's
BS.
a thing?
Come on down to the dispensary and we will let you know when it's going on.
That is horrible.
All right, yeah, they won't let us send SMS text messages, so if we wanna let our patients know what they have in their loyalty points, we can't.
What's the date of the 1-year anniversary party?
It's in July. June 4th.
June 4th. Woo, okay, man. I am already looking forward to that. Already.
All right, so,
Wait.
you have a podcast, High Off the Glass. It's an intersection between basketball and cannabis. Where would you place the importance of sports in your life?
And on what type of, on a scale? Like,
The brotherhood of competition.
oh man, like very high. Very high. That is a big deal to me. I just want to say too, thank you. This is my 3rd time being invited to Field State over here on Shackelford and Florissant. I love this dispensary, and thank you for having me. Sports you mean sports as a whole, or just sports competition?
Let's say, okay, let's pick basketball.
Yeah.
Where does basketball rate in your life?
Basketball is very high. Sports are right up under it, and then I don't want to say thank God. God, family, sports. That's how it works, and it's really God, family, basketball, cannabis, then sports. You know, that's kind of how it works for me.
What's your number 2 sport then?
Number 2 sport. Good question. Number 2 sport. You know what? I hate to say this because I hate that league, and I hate that. I love and hate that league at the same. I like and hate that league at the same time. It would be football. I can't. I don't like college football because college football, it's too many teams. It's too boring. It's the same schools that win every
You've
year.
got 2 new spring leagues to look forward to, the USFL, which they just brought back and has already started, and the Rock bought the XFL. And they're going to bring that back, and hopefully the St. Louis Battlehawks with them.
And I hope and much love to the Battlehawks. I know St. Louis got super excited over them. But to me, I'm not going to front. I'll watch the Battlehawks, and if the football gets better with the XFL, I haven't even watched the USFL. I cannot NBA playoffs. I do not have time. So what is it? So yeah, it has to be professional football for me. I can't. It's no other thing. Let's see, basketball with me. I'll watch my little nephews play. They're like 8 and 9 years old. And they're cold-blooded. So I'll see them. I'll watch 5-year-olds play. I'll watch 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, grown men. It don't matter. It's different with basketball.
So you host High Off the Glass, but your interviewing experience goes back beyond that, all the way back to ESPN. Can you touch on that a little bit? Well,
I worked at the 1380 ESPN Radio here in St. Louis for a couple of years. I really liked it. It was people thought it was weird, right? They had their corporate office in Westport in the Gold Tower to make it seem we're super professional on this, that, and the third. But their engineering space, their recording studio, their studio was dead in the middle of the hood, which I love, which is Delmore and Union, and I lived right up the street, so I was able to walk to it. So it was really good. It was owned by, that property, they're no longer there, but that property is still owned by Mr. Nix. Nick's Pride, that man is awesome. He has been a staple in our community for the last 21, 22 years. He owns Legacy Bar and Grill. Right next to that is Too Much Sauce, right there at Delmar and Union. Awesome places, you guys to check it out. Literally the best wings you'll get in St. Louis are Too Much Sauce wings. I mean, it just is. And Legacy is one of those places that every community, I don't care what color you are, you have to have a place like that because they have poetry there. They have stand-up comedy night. They have what's the dance called that they do in Chicago? Was it Step? They got Step Dance Night where the old folks come out and dance. It's so many things to do. You know, every night they have something, a different function at Legacy. So every community should have a place like that. So yeah, that's where I got my start at was 1380 ESPN Radio here in St. Louis.
Who were some of your notable interviewees?
To be honest with you, the only people I was like producer / engineer, and I did the Black History Minutes, and you know, I ran the board. So the only people I really talked to were Tony La Russa and famous athletes that we would interview on the phone. Can you go down, sir? Thank you, sir. Oh, that's about it. Like I didn't really interview too many anybody over there. Yeah.
When did you decide though that cannabis would be good to combine with public speaking and starting a podcast?
That's a good question. 2019. 2019, early 2019. a friend of mine, ex-friend of mine, me and him wanted to have a podcast. We were going to do a podcast about basketball, and I thought that would be great. I was really wanting to do one, but I'm like, there's too many basketball podcasts already out. Like, how can I set myself apart? What can I? Ooh, cannabis. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but like I just had meniscus surgery on my right knee, and I was rehabbing from that, and I was bored, had a lot of time on my hands, and I literally thought of the logo for my show. I thought of this logo, which is like the alternative logo, the Blunts and Baskets logo for my show. Had a friend of mine at work draw it. Her name is Miss Williams. It's the first time I've seen her in so long. Miss Kay Williams. Kay can draw her butt off. Sister is beautiful and she can draw.
Has she been a guest on?
She hasn't. She's super shy. She needs to be. But she is already paid, so I own them logos. And So she, she's the person who did them. And that's when I got started with it. I wanted to start a podcast about, cannabis and basketball. And, that's when it happened.
How do you get the two to go together, though? Is it the guest? Do you book guests that, that play ball that also consume?
Mm-hmm. No, what I do, in my show, the main two subjects of the show are cannabis and basketball, as we discussed. But I like to, when I have someone on my show, I like to really interview them. Like, I want to get to know that person, as you know. So, because this gentleman, Jeff, was one of my guests on my show, and we had a great time. I like to really get to know the person. It's not just like some, surface questions. How long you been doing it? Why did you start? Why do you like doing it? What are you doing next? Like, that is so stupid and boring, and it's the laziest interview. Like, I hate, like, people, like, I like to listen to, like, Charlie Rose when he doesn't interrupt people. Because I hate that. He has great questions when he has guests on, but he interrupts them when they try to answer. I hate that. Charlie Rose when he's quiet. Dan Levitard, Bob Costas, like, people like that can, like, really interview can I cuss on here?
Mm-hmm.
I can they really interview the shit out of people when they really get to the inside of that person. I love people like that, and that's what I try to do. Bob Costas, he's anyway. That's another thing.
So how do you get people?
But that's why I do that.
How do you draw a good conversation out of somebody?
I ask them questions I want to know, like where are you from? Why are you the way you are? How was your childhood? What happened? And I let the answers that they give me dictate my next question. Like, I forget, was it Dan Patrick? I think it was Rich Eisen. He works for NFL Network, started on Real ESPN in Connecticut. And, I think that's what he said. He says that when he interviews people, he's interviewed tons of folks, he lets their answer dictate his next question. So that's kind of something what I do. That's how I get to know somebody.
Okay. Personal question for you, and I may be opening a can here. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure.
Can of whoop it.
Is the NBA ever going to have a team in St. Louis?
Yes. Hopefully, I'll have something to do with it. Yes, I 1,000% think that St. Louis can handle a basketball team. St. Louis can support a basketball team. We gotta the only thing that's really stopping us. It's, you can say the race thing if you want. That may be a deterrent, but people put that down. The main thing that's stopping us is green. We need money. Like, we need some millionaires that are in this town or that live in other parts of the country, but still support St. Louis to put some serious money together and really put together a package that the NBA would be attractive for them, and the NBA knows, okay, this isn't just a fly-by-night thing. You all really want this to happen, because 21 years ago, we were 2 steps away from getting the freaking Memphis Grizzlies. We were 2 steps away from getting them. I don't know why Vancouver didn't want their team. I forget. I don't care. I was out there. The crazy part is I have family that live in British Columbia. Shout out to my folks in Seashell. And I was out there, and they were like, look, and they knew I was moving to St. Louis, because I was just out there to visit them, and then like a week later, I was moving out here, and they were like, look, we know you're moving there. Don't take our team with you, because they didn't want to lose the Grizz. They love the Grizz, but I guess it was a money thing, and we had it lined up, but I think it was Dave Checketts with the Blues. He blew it all up. because I guess he couldn't see the vision. He doesn't know how New York, Boston, LA, Detroit, all basketball and hockey teams play in the same freaking arena. They play in the same arena and they share it. The Bruins and the Celtics have it down to a science. They have it down, the Rangers and the Knicks, they have it down to a science. They can literally have a game that night, break it all down and throw the ice on that night. And have a game. And then have a game the next day. Like, it's so easy to do. Dave Check is jacked it up. I hate that. I don't know why. There's a whole bunch of other reasons we can speculate, but I really think that St. Louis 1,000% could have a basketball team and support it.
If the professional soccer team is successful, do you think that increases the chance of bringing an NBA team to St. Louis?
I think so. I think it does. I mean, to me, I don't think it could harm it or hurt it, because to me, you could use both reasons. Okay, look, they lost they got their football team stripped from them, and look how they bounced back, and they're totally supporting that soccer team.
But they also built the stadium in an area of the city that they're helping to redevelop.
Exactly.
The presence of it and the surrounding value on the surrounding areas are going to increase. So
Exactly.
if you put a basketball stadium, well, that would be in the existing hockey stadium.
It would be right there. It'd be right there at Scottrade. That's where it'd be at. So you don't even have to build it. Also, too, you got two arenas already ready. You got Scottrade and Chaffetz. Boom. Because Chaffetz you could definitely have an NBA game in there. But would an NBA team want to play at a college arena? That's a whole other ball of wax. But all I'm saying is, if they support the soccer team, that's a huge reason. If they don't support the soccer team, hey, they just want basketball. That's why they didn't support that. They want what they want, which was basketball, which was taken from them back in the 60s, and it went to Atlanta. So.
All right. This next question, there's a big wind up to it, so be patient with me.
Yay.
So, professional sports are taking a closer look at their relationship with cannabis. The NBA hasn't randomly tested for cannabis for 3 seasons in a row now, starting with the bubble. This year, the NCAA increased blood threshold levels for THC from 35 nanograms per milliliter to 150 nanograms per milliliter.
Oh, jeez.
The NFL did the same thing. That brings both leagues to the thresholds of the World Anti-Doping Agency's levels. This past February, the NFL awarded 2 teams of scientists at the University of California and the University of Regina $1 million to investigate the effects of cannabinoids on pain management and neuroprotection from concussion in elite football players. Regina, Canadian University. They got the CFL.
He knew I was stuck on that. What the hell?
I can tell you.
Yeah.
So my question is, are professional sports
right
doing enough to destigmatize cannabis, or do they need to be doing more?
They need to do more. The only league, like always, because they're the most progressive league, is the NBA. The NBA is the only one that are taking the full steps to fully do it. I think Major League Baseball might be doing the same thing. But the NBA has literally not tested since the bubble, and they haven't made a big deal about it. They haven't said we just don't test for it, don't worry about it. The NFL, they're so look at fucking me. We brought it down a few centimeters. No, just eliminate it all the way. In that sport, the most do you need it? With the recovery that those athletes, I mean, look, it's a damn shame. Like, this is why I like and hate football, NFL at the same time. You can really expect grown men to play a game on Monday night and then turn around and play a game 3 days later on Thursday, with maybe 2 days of rest because you got to travel to where you're going. Like, that's what you expect, and then you expect them to play at a professional level. That's why those Thursday night games are trash. Those teams are white. They have nothing to give on Thursday. I hate that they even extended the league a whole nother week, because all it's going to do is just tear their bodies up more. So for a sport that tears your body up more than any other, even more than hockey, you won't let them give them something that'll literally help them at home recover? You want them to take an opioid?
But is it because they think cannabis is a performance-enhancing drug?
No, I think they think it messes with the players mentally, and if they take too much of it, they won't remember plays. I think it's something just as stupid as that.
Do you think it's a performance-enhancing drug?
No, not at all. I think it's a medicine that can help players recover. I mean, that's literally why professional athletes have been using it for years.
But if you can smoke a joint prior to a game to help you manage the pain, playing through pain is part of the game. If you're taking something ahead of time that's helping you manage that pain, isn't that performance enhancing?
Well, I mean, what's worse, this player smoking a joint or them getting shot up with Toradol? Because Toradol will take away everything, and you won't feel a damn thing, and you'll be good to go for 3-4 hours. And next thing you know, that night, you're waking up in the middle of the night because your body is effed. You know, your extremities are done. Like, you need your wife. Like, I've heard so many. Paul Pierce talked about this when in the middle of the night during the NBA. I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, having to call the team doctor because he didn't know what the hell was going on with his body. He was just freaking out because he was in so much pain. It's just, but you know, if they really think that cannabis is an enhancement, then stop giving them all those pain pills and all those needles they shoot them up with just for them to play on Sunday or Monday or Thursday. And man, and in baseball, baseball players play every damn day in the summer, in the spring and summer. So, woo, yeah.
Let's pivot to your own use of cannabis. What was your first experience with cannabis?
Oh, that was dope. I remember. I skipped school. I was in 10th grade. So in my high school, shout out to Springfield Central High School in Springfield, Massachusetts. Right across from my high school, there was a hockey rink that was never open. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why that hockey rink was in, but it was never open. So there was a hockey rink right there, and we just dipped off. We left in the middle of the day, and we went in front of that hockey rink that was closed, and we just sparked right there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I liked it.
How old were you?
I was 16. Yeah, like 16 or 15. I think 16, because I know I lost my virginity when I was 16. 16 was a good year. 96 is when the Bulls won when Jordan won that championship after his dad passed. I lost my virginity a month later, a few weeks later, and then like a few months later, I smoked my first little bit of cannabis. Yeah, that was a good year.
You know what else happened in 96? California passed Proposition 215.
They sure did. They sure did.
That's
they
the
sure
in
did.
the world
I remember.
medical cannabis.
I remember how the rappers were talking about it, but weren't making a big deal about it. I was just like, y'all got to, in y'all state, you are somewhat legal to have cannabis, and all of y'all talk about green all day, but nobody's talking about this. Like, that's crazy. I mean, but they would in interviews. Like Cube would talk about it in interviews. I think Snoop would maybe talk about it in interviews, but they didn't rap about it. But that was my first experience. 16, high school. It was dope.
How have you incorporated cannabis in your life since?
I use it daily, or at least every other day. I try to. I mean, sometimes I used to be one of those scared smokers where like, oh, I gotta get all my stuff done first. I don't want to be high when I do it. They may mess up or forget. I mean, I don't even trip off that anymore. My endocannabinoid system in my body are always ready. They are the receptors are always open. They are always ready. They want something. So
when's the last time you took a tolerance break though? Because if you consume every day, your receptors are full.
That's why I said every day or every other day.
Okay.
And the last time I took a real tolerance break, when was it? I know it was a couple years ago for this job that I had to get right for the drug test, and it was something else too. I can't remember what that other something was, but I had to slow down just because of some test that I had to take. But yeah.
So every day, every other day, is it flower, edibles, topicals, tinctures? What's your preferred method?
Well, it used to be when I was I have my day job is a very, very strenuous job. So very strenuous to the point where I used to have to use a topical and smoke to work, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not at that. I'm still at that company, but I did have a different job, so I don't have to worry about that as much. But sometimes it was both, but now it's usually just flower. And the edibles are good. I love edibles. I love all my people out there that are making edibles. I love everybody who's in the cannabis industry in any way, shape, or form. The only people that I love that are in it are the people that actually care about it, and the people that care about those plants. Not y'all that are just in this trying to get rich. Fuck y'all. The rest of you, I love y'all.
He was saying that directly to his audience, I think.
Yeah, for real, because I do hate
We've got 4 cameras going here right now, modern technology.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's what I prefer, flower.
Okay. Did your relationship with cannabis change once the market became legal in Missouri? And by that, I mean, did you say goodbye to your guy?
No, God, no, because the dispensaries, you guys are still too expensive. Like, you guys need to bring down the prices. They are way too high. I want the price that people pay in Colorado, that people pay in California. I want that recreational, rec state price. That's what I want.
You do realize those markets have had a 10-year head start to stabilize, get everything going, and we are approaching our first year.
True, but in the state where we're from, Massachusetts, they are behind them. They just got all the way legal with medical and rec, and they don't tax as much in dispensaries as Missouri does, and as Illinois does.
Illinois far worse than Missouri.
So yeah,
and if Missouri had reciprocity, we would see far more Illinois cardholders crossing the river to come over here and shop.
Right. Wait, say that, huh? Say that.
Reciprocity.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I wanted to go to California and make a purchase. Let's say Florida. They don't
You mean
have
going
adult use
across
yet.
state lines?
No, I mean going to another state that has medical
Yeah.
and using my out-of-state medical card to purchase in their state.
Yeah.
That's called reciprocity.
Right.
Missouri does not have that. So
Right.
anybody that's got a med card anywhere else in America cannot make a legal purchase in Missouri. But if I went to another state like, say, Las Vegas,
Right.
a state like Las Vegas,
You're close, Vegas.
I could
Nevada.
legally make a purchase because they have a reciprocity.
Wow. Well, see, and Missouri needs to change that automatically now. What
They'd have to change the Constitution.
They can do that. They can easily do that. So that's something that needs to be changed. But I did get my card. I was super excited that last year here at this facility.
And that's how we first met, man. You were one of our initial patients.
True. Very true. Yeah, that's true. I even met you before that. But what is it? Shout out to Dr. Stewart. The process, I think it's been streamlined because the process last year and in prior years was horrible. Missouri, you need to get that under control. But yes, I am fortunate with the type of podcast that I have and the people that I deal with. I deal with growers, so I can go straight to the source. I don't have to deal with middlemen. I don't have to deal with this. I still have my card, so I am legal, and that's how I do it.
Okay. As a patient, how would you like to see the industry improve besides getting prices down?
Make rec legal ASAP. What is it? Make the process easier for people to get cards, streamline it, make it simple.
Well, for example, here at Field State, we offer people the ability to get their card through MMJ Recs.
Okay.
That's a multi-state operator that have doctors on the other end that believe cannabis is a beneficial medicine and will state as such.
Right.
All you have to do as a potential patient is go to our website and answer a 21-question questionnaire. There's going to be a follow-up with a doctor. They're going to call you and say, everything here cool? Yes, you are signed up to use cannabis as a medicine. They will send your information to the state for you.
Oh, wow.
With instructions how to get signed up with the state.
What? Say that again.
MMJ Recs.
MMJ Recs.
MMJ Recs. You go to our website, myfieldstate.com, go to patient info, how to become a patient, and sign up through MMJ Recs. It'll cost you $50 for the doctor's recommendation, and they'll help you set up with the state. You gotta pay the state $25, and then you're good for a year.
That's not bad. Okay.
So they have streamlined the process, at least with MMJ Recs, to the point where you can get it done in a day.
Good. And if I do it, what if I do it with, if I just do it with the state? Is the
You
process
have to get certified by a doctor to use cannabis first. You can't get a card from the state unless you've been certified by a doctor first.
Right. I heard now that when you do it with the state, the doctor does everything for you. They send it. They send it in, and
yes, the doctors will send your information to the state, but it is up to you to follow up with the state.
Right.
Pay them their cut.
Right.
You have to make sure things like your driver's license gets uploaded, a selfie gets uploaded so the state knows who you are.
Right.
And then when the state approves you, you have to download your own card from the state website.
Huh. Yeah, I went to what is it?
What's that?
Can I say another dispensary?
You can say you went to a different dispensary.
I went to a different dispensary. That doesn't happen often, but I went to a different dispensary, and it was this Saturday during all these marvelous, fabulous cannabis events. And the process is, pretty simple. You just go with Complia. Go to complia.com.
It's my-public.mycomplia.com.
There you go, technical. You know it. Go to that. Also, too, I feel like if you say Complia into your phone, you can get it. But definitely, the way he said it too. Look for Missouri. Hit Missouri. Throw in your email. Hopefully, you remember your password that you set up your card with. Boom, it'll pop up right there. So yeah, I really like that. That was convenient. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell me, where can our viewers see your podcast?
They can see my podcast on, I am in a new, awesome podcasting network, internet radio station now. It's called My City, My Music Radio. You can find us on there. They have a YouTube page, My City, My Music Radio. You can go to High Off the Glass on YouTube. You can find my page, my videos are there as well. Twitter, Facebook, IG. I don't know about LinkedIn. I'm thinking about doing a TikTok. I'm gonna find somebody young to do it for me because I'm too old to be on TikTok. I don't want to be on that crap. But I'm gonna have somebody upload some videos for me because I have some very, very, very interesting basketball takes and cannabis takes that are coming out, especially now with the NBA playoffs heating up. These boys are kicking ass.
Yes.
The
Celtics.
Get these Nets up out of here. They're not worthy to be on the same court.
That's what happens when you get a bunch of aging veterans together to try to pump up sales on name recognition alone.
That's what happens when you do that, and when you pay too many, when you give too many picks to do so, because you end up getting fleeced, and you get fleeced by a team that's within your division. So that team within your division takes those picks that you gave them, and then uses those picks to get phenomenal all-star caliber talent.
I'm just glad we got rid of Kyrie. The fact that he thinks the earth is still flat just makes me not want to have him.
I don't think you can have those crazy ass takes, Kyrie. I don't give a damn about that. But when you just purposely fuck over my fan base and my team and my fan base, F you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit what you think about nothing. Like,
you didn't hear me ask him a question about Taco Fall. I'm not going to do that.
Right. You don't want to do that. What was the other thing I was going to say, though? And here's the other thing with the Nets. This is the other thing the Nets did are so stupid. The Nets, not only did they give us all their picks when they took KG and Pierce from us, old players, like my man just said, aging vets that can't do anything. We just took their assistant coach from them that they had on their team, but they didn't care about him. They had Steve Nash. We got him. He knows their system, and he's a good coach, and he's kicking their ass. Dude, come on, bro. Who does that?
I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. I can't get any better than that.
Oh man, I wanted some more questions. You got some good questions over there.
Hey, we're just going to have me on your show, and we'll keep the rap going.
There you go.
All right, next week we are going to be talking with Cecilia Mendez. She is better known as St. Louis Stoner Mom. That's right, we're having a very special episode considering next week is the day after Mother's Day. Cecilia is going to be our main interview, but we are going to be putting together a package of interviews with some local mothers, some that work here at Field State, in fact,
That's cool.
that are going to be explaining their experiences with cannabis, and we're going to be showing it right up on there. So please tune in next Monday at 6:30. Oh, thank you, my brother.
Jeff,
I really appreciate you
thank
coming
you,
by
man.
and doing this.
Have me come back, man.
Oh,
God. You're so
I
strong.
didn't get that knuckle right there. What happened?
Oh, dude, don't eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah.
No, you don't have to tell me about that.
Don't eat at Buffalo
Don't eat at
Wild
Buffalo
Yeah,
Wild
unless
Wings.
you- unless
See you
you're,
later, everybody. Buffalo Wild Wings. There's
Yeah.
one near me in Gravois Bluffs.